Hey there, come right in. Welcome, I'm Carlos, and here's something I want to show you. Mi casa es su casa. So come right in. Today we're going to talk about my life and my experiences and what I hope to accomplish by doing these segments. So, all right, let me sit down and talk to you for a while and chat, really, about life in general. My name is Carlos, like I said before. I'm from Puerto Rico. My father sent me to the States to study English when I was 14. And I stayed in the States for 5 years. And then I went back to Puerto Rico to finish college and get my second lieutenant bars in the U.S. Army. But that's back in 1964. At that time, I met my wife Mary. We met in my last year of college. We got married in September of 1964, and we were married for 54 years. Had 3 children, and I have 6 grandchildren. As a matter of fact, I want to introduce Alina. She's my oldest grandchild, and she's the one who is putting all this together for me. There she is. Thank God that I have a very close relationship with my 2 daughters and my son, and with my grandchildren. Unfortunately, I lost my wife 19 months ago to ovarian cancer. So my life flipped completely, and I have to start all over again. And I'm still in that process. But I just want to tell you some other things, and we'll come back to that. But my professional career, once I left the military, I stayed 3 years during the Vietnam War. Went into work for the Boy Scouts of America, and then I went into telecommunications. I met Mary in college in an advanced English class. I always sat in the front of the room, and Tuesdays I also had ROTC drill. So I always had my uniform on. At that time I was a captain in the ROTC. Mary would sit in the back of the room, and she saw me first. And she wondered if I was an exchange student because I don't look Puerto Rican. I'm fair-skinned. At one time I had light brown hair, but right now is, oh, look at it. It's all white. But for the first 2 weeks in class, I didn't know who she was, but she watched me. And then one day we came to classroom, and the teacher said, I need to get to know you by name, so I'm going to sit you in alphabetical order. She started with Alvarez and Adams, and then he came to the V's, and she said Vargas, and that was me. So I stepped forward and went to my seat, and to my surprise, who's sitting next to me is Vasquez, and that was Mary's last name. And that's where our romance started. I fell in love with her from the first time I ever saw her. This was in October of 1963. Okay, October 1963. Not done. All right.
Okay.
Clean up for the next time.
Okay.
All right, we're going back. Mary, my wife, had an older sister. At the same time that I started dating Mary, she started going out with a young man from Chicago. They also fell in love, and she set a wedding date of September 19th, 1964. And that worked just fine for us because then we could have a double wedding. And so that's what we did. And that's where our life started. I'll tell you more about that, about our travels, and love to travel. That's one of the things I enjoy now that I'm retired. I love to travel. My goal for this video, or any of the videos from now on, is to share my experiences, is to teach you. Like, I can do salsa, believe it or not. I'm 80 years old, but I can do salsa. And I can encourage, and I want to educate and entertain. There will be many segments. Some of the episodes will be in cooking, in dancing, in traveling, in style, in working projects, and in life in general. How am I doing now that I'm a single man with this big house that I have? Not only the mundane things of a house, but also the emotional part of my life. Like I said, I lost my wife, and 3 weeks she was gone. That wasn't the plan. The plan was for me to go first, but God had other plans for us. I'm a Christian man, so I'm a believer in God, and I have a peace in my heart because I know this is God's plan. So I go forward with her memories and the way she did things that I have to learn to do now. I saw her doing it, but now I'm doing it. It's not easy for me to figure out how to do laundry and clean the house and cook for one person. Well, that's another segment we're going to talk about, is shopping and cooking for one person so that you don't have to eat the same thing 3 days in a row. I'm sure many of you have been in that situation. So I hope that you tune again and tell your friends about my channel. See you the next time.